Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Habibti and Nurhan, you asked me to answer these questions in EST March 2022. All right, for number 4, you have your answers are all pronouns, so you have to figure out who is the antecedent. So look for the word that the pronoun refers to. So it says here, this cannot be adequately given by a writer who has no conception, no idea as to the details of construction of his machine, the writer's machine, his or her. Here we should say his or her because the writer can be a male or a female, but here they only have his works too, so that's fine. Okay, so that's number 4. All right, your next question is number 6. In number 6, it says, which word best describes the phrase, know thy wheel? Now, know thy wheel is an excellent what for every writer. It's a maxime. A maxime means like a wise group of words, a short statement expressing a general truth or rule of conduct. All right, it's not a quote, something somebody said. It's not a description. It's not just an idea. So that's why your answer here is D. Okay, so that's number 6. Number 9. Your next question was number 9. Number 9. You have differences in punctuation. Obviously here, the idea of presenting to writers is not a complete sentence. So you're not going to put a semicolon here. Here, your sentence is the idea of presenting to writers an illustrated description of the lines, parts, and improvements. This part right here, it's non-essential. So you're going to put a comma before and after your non-essential. And so that's why your answer here to number 9 is D. Okay. Your next question is number 17. In number 17, all right, this is a verb tense question. All right. So it says a costume like this, you're going to use the word was never worn by a worm. Why are you going to use was never worn? Because I am emphasizing the fact that the worm never looked like that. All right, so that's why you're going to use was never worn. It's for emphasis. You use the past for emphasis. Okay, while is just for facts, was is to emphasize that fact. All right, so that's number 17. Your next question is number 21. Again, you're being asked about punctuation. Here it says he frequents the edges of the irrigating ditches. This is a complete sentence. Everything that comes after is a bunch of non-essentials. All right, so you have with their cool soil, their varied vegetation, and then you have a noun phrase here, a favorite haunt for the muslim. So you're going to choose A because you're going to put commas between the items that are non-essential. Here you're not going to put semicolons between your items that are non-essential because they are short and they don't have commas inside them. You don't need the dash here because with their cool soil, that's one thing. And then with their varied vegetation, that's another thing. And then this is a non-essential for describing the vegetation. Okay, so that's why you're not going to, you choose C. Here, you can't start a sentence with, so definitely D is wrong. All right, that's number 21. Your next question is number 32. In number 32, all right, so you're going to read whistling or blowing sounds are produced by leaks whose are either. Now, you can't use the word whose are either here. Whose is for possession, and you don't use the word whose here. So you have a verb, but you don't have the correct relative pronoun. Here, blowing sounds are produced, so you have a verb by leaks, which, yes, I can use the word which here, so that's why your answer here is D. Whose is for possessive, which is just to talk about the word before it. Which are produced, here I'm not going to have a verb in my sentence. Blowing sounds, which are produced, so whistling or blowing sounds, that's the first part. And then here you don't have, so you don't have a verb in the first part and you don't have a verb in the second part because it's a relative clause. So it's not a complete, this doesn't work. Here again, you don't have a verb in the first part and you have a relative clause, so it doesn't work. You have to have a verb here. Are produce is your verb, so that's why B is your answer for number 32. Your next question is number 35. In number 35, you need to use the correct word. Here it says in the collections of voyages. So we're talking about collections. So you're going to use the word garnered because it means that we're going to collect. So garnered means that you are collecting. So that's why your answer here is D. It's a bunch of things that are collected together in storage or accumulate. This is what D means, okay? Look up the other words on Google and make sure you know the differences between the meanings of the words. Okay, next question is number 36. It says, which choice best matches the quality the author mentions? Here we're talking about how the collections of the voyages and explorations are have found no place. So there's a demand for them, but it's not, there isn't enough of them. So they are scarce. Rare means that there isn't a demand for them. Here there is a demand, but you can't find them. So that's why you're going to use the word scarce in number 36. Your next question is number 37. Number 37, you're going to say, but nowhere is this ideal of a cosmopolitan education so explicitly set forth. You're going to use the word nowhere is because we're saying that you can't find it anywhere. And so that's why your answer is A. It's kind of an idiom question. All right, so that's number 37. Your final question is number 41. It says the writer would like to insert this sentence to provide the reason for including illustrations. So it says here the essays can hardly be appreciated without support from biography and history, and for that reason I have introduced some concrete illustrations. So here, he's saying that he's going to introduce the illustrations. Here, you're first going to put that these directions for travel, all right? We're not isolated oddities of literature. So we're talking about essays here, but we're expression of a widespread ideal of English gentry. I've tried to show in the following study. In the study, you have the essays. You're going to put the essays after the word study, and then you're going to talk about the illustrations, and then you're going to talk about the instructions. So that's why your answer here is after sentence 1. After sentence 1. All right. Thank you for your questions. Good luck on your exam. If you still have any other questions, feel free to ask me.